Okay, now for a lecture on World War I Homefront, what life was like at home at the time of World War I. Supplies. So, to fight a war, you need supplies. You can't just go in there with sticks in your hands, okay, and smelling salts. You need money for the supplies. You need food to feed the soldiers. You need ammunition, obviously, for the weapons. You need clothing. You need to be able to put clothes on the soldiers' back. And you need support. And what I mean by support is I mean support from the population. You need support from the citizens of America. Money. To get money, they increased taxes. All because it was so expensive. It was so expensive to fight in World War I, they had to bring back income taxes because the regular taxes on tariffs and goods just it wasn't cutting it. It wasn't enough money. Well, we weren't bringing enough money, so we had to start income taxes. 70% of the money actually came from the wealthy. They were making the most money. Businesses suffered because of these new taxes, and also because of the fact that all the men that were helping the businesses left to go fight the war. How much do you think it cost to fight in World War I? I'll give you a second to come up with an idea, try to figure out an idea. Okay, it cost $32 billion. $32 billion, that's correct. Right? Where did all that money come from? Sure as heck doesn't grow on trees like this image shows, right? Despite what people think, okay? Despite what you may think, your parents, their money doesn't grow on trees. They can't always get you everything that you want. War bonds, okay? 2/3 of the money, bringing in a little math here for you, came from Liberty bonds, okay? George M. Cohen, all right, was the leader behind Liberty bonds, also known as thrift stamps. We're going to spend a lot of time in this lecture on posters. Why don't you take a look at this poster? All right, my daddy bought me a government bond, third Liberty loan, did yours. They played a lot on emotions. Okay, a lot of the media, which we're talking about, newspapers and radio and posters, played on people's emotions. Okay, look at this cute little girl, right? She's cute, all right? Obviously, she's young, she's like smiling, she's happy, okay? But they're trying to get really, the target here are fathers, dads. So, my daddy bought me a Liberty loan, did you? So then the kid goes back and pressures the dad. Keep pushing the dad, so he feels like a man that he bought his kid a Liberty bond. More Liberty bonds. Beat back the Hun with Liberty bonds. Okay, strike now, he's fighting for you by Liberty bonds. Okay, again, this idea that here we have this demonstrative figure in this poster. The Hun, remember that's what the Germans were called. And if you don't buy Liberty bonds, obviously he's going to bring blood to our country, you know, things of that nature. Here we are playing on an emotion, right? The fact that this young man is fighting for you, you need to fight for him, okay, and buy Liberty bonds. Halt the Hun, another poster where we're fighting for people, women and children. Okay, then we have women help America's sons win the war. This central figure, okay, kind of like a grandma, right? Grandmas are warm, they're loving. Okay, she has both of her arms stretched out. This idea that, hey, we're here to help. We're here to help. Obviously, this is a handprint. Okay, this is supposed to be the Germans' mark. It's red, signifying blood. Right? We don't want this on our shores. Food. Food for the U.S. and their allies. Well, we need to come up with some kind of club, group, organization to help with the food distribution. So we come up with the Food Administration. It's run by Herbert Hoover, right? And what they asked for people to do was to eat less, okay? On specific days. Wheatless Mondays, meatless Tuesdays, and porkless Thursdays. All right, and if you look in this picture here, it says eat more, okay, fish, right, poultry, corn, oats, and things like that. They wanted people to make a sacrifice. Right? If some of you come from big families, imagine how many loaves of bread you go through a week. Save a loaf a week, help win the war. Okay, very cut and dry. The next poster, save wheat, save meat, fats, sugars, okay, and be the help to win the war. Food is ammunition. Don't waste it. Okay, the president, a quote, urging the citizens to save food. Again, 2 posters calling on people's patriotism. Notice arm stretched out again, pleading for help. Okay, this is Bernard Baruch. Right? He was the leader of the War Industries Board. Right? He was in charge of producing war-related goods. Right? Collecting raw materials for the war. All right. He also helped regulate the prices for different goods that were being made by the various companies that were helping out. He was also used for psychological testing, as far as like the psychological testing of soldiers. He was part of that, making sure that the soldiers were fit mentally to go to war. Very important man in history. We'll stop right there.